And our National Marriage Week, our series is going to continue with a look inside military marriages and how that love and sacrifice has shaped our country from the inside out. It's the second day in our National Marriage Week series, and today we take an inside look into military marriages. The spouses of our military are heroes, of course, themselves, sacrificing along with their significant others for the safety of our country.
Joining us now is military mother, wife, military family financial expert, and author of Heroes at Home, Help and Hope for America's Military Families, Ellie Kay. Ellie, thanks for joining us this morning.
Well, thank you. It's really great to be with you today.
So marriage seems of, maybe even greater importance in families where one spouse is abroad fighting America's wars, but it also seems like it presents a whole range of different challenges, and maybe it's harder for military families sometimes to stay together. Is that true?
Well, it really is. And one of the greatest challenges, of course, are money matters. And one of the reasons that our Heroes at Home financial event is going on is because financial matters actually impact military readiness. So the stakes are a lot greater. And as we're going out for the next 6 months or so, we're going to be going to Air Force bases in partnership with our friends over at USAA, and we're going to be giving the word about military readiness and the impact that it has in terms of financial readiness as well.
Okay, so break that down for us, that military readiness, if you don't have your financial house and home, if you don't have your financial base in order, then you might have a wrong military base in order. How does this work?
Well, the way it works is fairly simple and straightforward, and that is that if you can't have your finances in order, then sometimes that impacts your ability to have a security clearance, and that can be revoked.
What are some of the biggest issues that military marriages face?
Well, it's really hard to handle some of the issues, for example, finances, when you're separated. And so one of the things that I advocate is to make really good use of some of the technology that is available. Right now, I'm getting all kinds of questions in my inbox about W-2s that are arriving. My spouse is stationed somewhere else. They're in training somewhere else. How do we handle that? And one of the recommendations that I've been making is the free federal option over at TaxAct, where you can file simple and complex forms. And what I like about things like that is that the military member can start it, they can select save, and then as the W-2s and the 1099s come in, then the spouse can update the information, because it's important to have a clearinghouse of sorts, a comprehensive place where both the spouse and that military member can be on the same sheet of music. And of course, for military members that are filing state returns, there's a discount available for that as well. So it's important to make sure that you're doing things together as much as possible, even though you may be separated.
Do you think the service itself, the different branches of the Pentagon, do enough to help families?
I think that they're trying to do a lot of things if military families will take advantage of it. For example, we work a lot with the Yellow Ribbon Air Force Reserve Program. Military families can fly out to these different locations to participate in that. The Navy SEALs have the NSW Resiliency Conferences if the military members will participate in that along with their spouses. So I think the resources are there. It's that sometimes military families don't always take advantage of those.
I'm curious about just marriage at the center of these relationships when you have military men and women serving overseas. How important is it to connect with the families? How important is marriage to those couples?
Well, I think it's very significant. That is their support base. And one of the things that I encourage these, especially millennial spouses, is to watch what they're doing on social media. Because if they're posting things on Facebook or they're tweeting them or even Instagram, and some of those things may concern their spouse, then that spouse can get distracted. And when there's distractions, there can be accidents. And when there's accidents, there can be loss of life. So that is how significant it is for spouses to be able to hold it together while their military member is deployed in harm's way. And then what I say is when they come home, they get to change the poopy diapers, you get to go for a mani-pedi, and life is good again. But while they're over there, it's important to hold it together and just support them.
Ellie, thank you for your service, and you are a hero as well. And we really appreciate the sacrifices that you and your family have made. We saw the movie American Sniper and got a glimpse as to what it's really like for a military family. And we're proud of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Ainsley.
Thanks.
Appreciate it. Thank you.